about and just getting to know exactly how we can be healthier, how we can take care of our lives and live a longer, healthier life. And today is a special day because today we are talking about men. The other day we did a session for women for breast cancer. Actually, we did cancer in general, but we specialized in breast cancer. And I got a few comments from the boy child asking, when are you going to talk about men and especially about prostate health? So I said, it is a good idea to talk about men and also include them in the matrix. Sometimes the boy child is forgotten. So we decided to do a session on prostate health, and not just prostate health, but the health and vitality of a man as far as the reproductive system is concerned. Because men have been known to have challenges in their reproductive systems, but men believe that you should never talk, you should die in peace, you should ukae ngumu kama ngumo. That's what they say, you suffer by yourself. But today we say we have to start this conversation and just share a few things and a few solutions for men, and especially to ensure prostate health and also reproductive health. Now, my name is Fred Gishuki. For those who don't know me, if you're new on the call, maybe you're a guest, you've just been invited. Fred Gishuki is an entrepreneur with Neolife International. My story with Neolife goes way back. I joined Neolife as a young man. I was introduced by a pastor from South Africa. I did not join because of health issues, but I joined because I wanted money. I'd gone through the corporate world, gone through college, graduated, but I was not happy about the kind of money I was earning in the corporate world. I had studied management, but I was working as an operative. I was not yet a manager, and that was a bit frustrating for me. So when a stranger came and offered me this opportunity, he told me, Fred, come, there's something you can do part-time and you can make some extra income. You can travel the world, you can live a longer, healthier life. He said so many things, but my main focus was just to supplement my income. If I could replace my income, and I also wanted to become my own boss by the age of 30. So I joined the business immediately. I started doing the business. And the first benefit I got from Neolife was health, interestingly enough. My parents were suffering from, my dad had ulcers, my mom had high blood pressure, and they used the Neolife products, and we were able to manage these conditions. And that gave me a lot of excitement. So I went out sharing this business and these products with so many people, built a huge business, became a director, started earning over 30K a month, went on to become a world team member, earning a six-figure income. And that became very exciting. In fact, I remember taking my first trip to South Africa with Neolife. It was so exciting. I remember we were with Anyang and Kiraitu Murungi, who happened to be Neolife and active distributors. And I said to myself, if these guys can be doing Neolife, I'm the one who should do it better. Since then, I've been able to travel quite a bit. I've been to more than 20 destinations with Neolife. More importantly, I've been able to help so many people live a better life in terms of health and in terms of lifestyle and also in terms of money, because I've mentored many people who have actually used our products or done the business, made some money. I remember one trip we took to South Africa, and I went with 35 distributors from my own team who were also world team members. So it is a fantastic opportunity. It gives you a chance to live a longer, healthier life. It gives you a chance to make a positive difference in people's lives, to empower other people. And I always say that this is an opportunity that can help you to leave a legacy. You not only make money, but you make money in the right way by making a positive difference in people's lives. Now, today I know we are talking about health and more importantly, men health, or the health as far as the prostate is concerned. And I can tell you, for me, this is also a very personal thing, because my dad was diagnosed with a swollen prostate. That is about maybe 7, 8 years ago. And he was advised to go for surgery. I told him, no, you'll not go for surgery. You're going to use the Neolife products, and you're going to make some few lifestyle changes. Take the medication from the doctor, but don't go for surgery, because the knowledge that I got from nutrition is that when you get a swollen prostate and you go for the surgery, then you find that most people end up doing the surgery the first time, and because it's a hormonal condition, it recurs again. And again, you go for the second one, and by then the body is too weak and you're gone. So I told my dad, you're not going to go for surgery, just use the products of Neolife and take the doctor's medication. And he followed my advice, thank God. And today, more than 8 years later, the guy is very strong, very healthy. He's been able to manage that condition. Now, the challenge and the sad part of this story is that most of his age mates who went through the cut are not with us today, because they did the first time, it recurred again. And when they try to do it again, their bodies couldn't handle it. So the information that you're going to share today is very vital information. It's life-changing information. And it's information that can make a real positive difference. So I advise you, if you're on the call, use it for yourself, but also share it with somebody else. And let's make a positive difference in people's lives. Let's help people out there who probably your neighbor is suffering from this, or your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt. And since by the end of this session, I know you'll have the information. Don't keep it to yourself. Keep the word going and spread it to the next person. And so let's just start off and see what this is all about. The story of Neolife starts with a dream from that gentleman, and today being men, an issue where we are discussing men, it is very vital for us to start with this gentleman, because he was an ordinary guy who had very big dreams, but before he even got the dreams, he had asthma. And the mom bought some supplements. He used the products. They worked for him. He became a distributor of Neolife, and ended up being the owner of the company. And today he's over 80 years and very strong, very vital. He's a man who can do push-ups. And I saw a clip one time of him competing with his 27-year-old daughter, how to do push-ups. And the young girl got tired and left the old man of 80 plus, still doing push-ups. That tells you the guy is physically fit, he's healthy, and that is all thanks to Neolife products. The asthma that he had is long forgotten. And to me, that's very, very encouraging, because he got results, and that's why he opted to go out and really build a huge company that goes into about 60 countries, so that as many men and as many people can have the solutions and benefit from the products like he benefited from. So, and he started off as a young man at 19 years. Today is over 80 years of age. And as usual, it's about your health. So we talk about health is your greatest wealth. You may make the money, and men are good at looking for money, but sometimes we tend to forget our health. And then we get sick, and then we have to sell the plots and the houses to go to India. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And that is why today, there we are. We are talking about men. And wanaume wote karibuni. But our ladies who are here, I know you are representing your men, the men in your life, your brother, your sister, your husband, all these people. And the information that you get, I know you'll be able to use it wisely and make sure that these men get to benefit. I always say one thing, that I am married, I have 4 girls. I never ask my wife what I'm going to eat for supper. Whatever she puts on the table, I eat. And when she puts the supplements there, I just swallow. I don't ask questions. So ladies, you play a vital role in ensuring that the man is healthy. In fact, many a times I forget to take my supplements, and my wife reminds me that you have not taken your supplements. So I think ladies being on this call is very, very important. Because you are the one that makes the family run. You're the manager, you're the home manager. So very, very important right there. Now let's look a little bit about why men, and why should we talk about this. This particular presentation was developed during the Men Health Month. And you find that it's a month that people focus on and on really informing men on the diseases that can affect them. And the idea is to help them understand that these are the diseases that will affect you, and it also helps you to see what can I do so that I don't end up with problems. And you find that when you get into the information that you're going to give you, you will be able to protect yourself from getting the disease or getting challenges with your prostate, and you'll keep healthy and you'll be healthy for longer. Now, one of the things that happens with men, and me being one of them, is that when you don't function as a man, it's actually a very challenging thing for a man. It works on your self-esteem. Your self-esteem goes down. You are moody. You are angry. You feel like you are ostracized by the community. If a man is not able to get children, like a friend of mine the other day who went in for a checkup, and they've been struggling with the wife. They've been married for more than 6 years. They've never gotten a kid. And upon checkup, the man was actually told that he has zero sperms. He has zero sperms. He doesn't have any sperms at all. And that really brought him down as a man, and it affected his self-esteem greatly. So you find that this particular conversation that we are having today is meant to help you as a man so that you can function fully as a man and really maintain your confidence and really be able to perform in the society that you are in. Now, let's talk a little bit about cancer. And the reason why we talk about cancer at this juncture is because when you're talking about the prostate, the challenges that you get with the prostate can be, you can get a swollen prostate, which my dad got. And when I looked at the diagnosis for my dad, what the doctor had given him, it said he got a swollen prostate because of a long-term deficiency of zinc. Now, my dad has been a smoker for more than 50 years. So, and one of the things that smoking does to you is that it prevents the absorption of minerals in your body. And we get zinc from various sources, from the bitter vegetables, the green ones that we eat. Now, if you're not eating enough vegetables, or if you are smoking, or if you're living with a smoker, then it means that you might not, the body may not be able to absorb the zinc from the food that you're eating. And that can be one of the reasons why the prostate can swell. Another reason why your prostate can swell is lack of omega-3 oils, because you find that omega-3 is very important for really, in a layman's term, saying saturating or providing the grease for helping to increase the sperm count. And sperms are important because when you ejaculate, then you find that you're able to lubricate the prostate. And that means that the prostate remains soft and healthy, yeah? In fact, some of the information that you get when you get into the subject, it says that a man should ejaculate at least 3 to 4 times a week so that he can be able to ensure that his prostate is well lubricated and healthy. And now, if you don't have enough omega-3, then it means that your prostate might end up in a situation whereby it starts getting inflamed. One of the benefits of omega-3, again, is that it lowers inflammation by 68%. Now, if you don't have that, then if you're taking enough omega-3, as you grow older, beyond the age of 40, the prostate usually starts swelling. And if you're taking enough omega-3, then what happens is that the omega-3 will ensure that your prostate does not swell to a point whereby it starts affecting the urinary tract, blocking urine, and all other complications, yeah? And another thing that it ensures is that your prostate will not become cancerous, because prostate cancer has been able to kill so many men. And if you look at the chart, the chart that I have over there, it just shows you cancer statistics globally. And you can see that globally, cancer causes more deaths than HIV, TB, and malaria combined. 70% of the global cancer burden is in the low middle income countries like Kenya. 30% of the cancers are curable if they're detected early. 30% of the cancers are treatable with prolonged survival if detected early. Now, 30% of the cancer patients can be provided with adequate symptom management and palliative care. Now, very interesting there is that it talks about the challenges of taking care of cancer in Kenya, because it says that cancer is the third highest cause of morbidity, death in Kenya. Yeah. And one of the cancers that has been mentioned there is of course, there is breast cancer, the leading cancers. There is breast cancer, there is cervical cancer, and then prostate cancer. They say 17 people out of every 100,000 will develop prostate cancer. Now, you don't want to be in that particular bracket, yeah? Now, the sad part is this: 70 to 80% of cancer cases are diagnosed in the late stages. So people don't get to know about it. It's something that happens in your body silently. And the more important, why we really talk about prevention is better than cure, because when you prevent yourself, when you take the right nutrition, when you make the right lifestyle changes, you're able to prevent the cancer from affecting you. You cannot just live and assume that you're not getting it because you're not feeling any pain, because by the time you feel pain, most people are on the fourth stage of this cancer. And you find that when you get prostate cancer, then you get to start using a catheter. And you find that your urine is blocked. You cannot go for a short call. When you go, there's nothing happening. When you get back now, again, it comes out. And I have seen many people have a challenge with this. One of our distributors, one of the directors in Your Life, had actually gone to a point where he got a problem with his prostate. He got a catheter, and he had to use a catheter. He could not go and have a short call. But after using the interventions that I'm going to share with you, today he lives a normal life. He got rid of the catheter, and he went back to going for a short call in the normal way. And that's very, very exciting. So the solutions I'm giving you today are solutions that are real. They've been time tested. We have a lot of testimonies of people who have used them, and it's not Bahati Nasibu. And especially if you have a parent, somebody who is over 70 years of age, 60 years of age, this is information that you really need to share with them. And more importantly, get them the solutions that I'm going to give you, because they need to have them. They need to have them, and they took care of you. They took you to school. It's only fair that you should go ahead and protect them. Now, why is cancer diagnosed in late stages? Number one, due to lack of awareness, inadequate diagnostic facilities. How many people go for a PSI? Because one of the things that is highly recommended is that every year you should go for a PSI. If you are in an open meeting and I ask the men how many have gone for a PSI in the last 1 year, I can assure you it will be less than 1%. And that is why you find that many people get to know they have cancer of the prostate when it's already at the fourth stage, and it's almost too late. The other challenge is lack of treatment facilities, and then the high cost of cancer. Cancer is an expensive thing. Some of the drugs you hear, dose is 35,000 shillings and you have to take one every day. It's crazy. Then the other challenge is that there are very few radiation centers in the country, 4 of them, and they are all in Nairobi, in some of the high-end hospitals and Kenyatta National Hospital. So you find that diagnosing cancer is a challenge. And that is why today we are here to talk about the solution. How can you avoid cancer? How can you avoid prostate problems? Because one of the things that happens if your prostate starts swelling, as a man, you stop functioning as a man, which means that the issues of the bedroom come to an end. And you can imagine you are there with your wife and you cannot function as a man. That is not something that is not an area that you want to get into. So for the men on the call today, I am here for you, giving you a solution that can actually prevent you from getting to that level. Now, before we do that, it's good to look at some of the history behind our products and the Neolife solution. That gentleman on the screen is called Dr. Atherfast. Dr. Atherfast is a top toxicologist. He's a Nobel Prize winner, and he invented oral chemotherapy for the treatment of cancer. Then he said, why should I wait for people to fall sick? Why don't I provide nutritional solutions that will prevent somebody from getting cancer in the first place? And he came up with what we call the Scientific Advisory Board, formed a board of scientists who now do the research for Neolife. They research on our products. They ensure that our products are safe, they don't have a side effect, and they do what they promise they will do. And when we look at some of our some of the challenges that actually cause us to get some of these diseases, the problem is basically with our diet. If you look at the plate, that plate that has been drawn there, what is in your plate? What do you put on your plate? And men are notoriously poor in terms of eating. And when I say poor, then some men will wonder, what are you talking about? Because they eat their nyama choma, they eat their ugali, they eat well, they eat a lot of food. And then, of course, they'll teremusha with something to chase it down so that it can be digested properly. And therein lies the problem, because our diet does not have the nutrients that are supposed to be in the food that you're taking. We eat a lot of starches. We get it from the white meat, white ugali, basically whites, white chapati. And then we eat a lot of meat. Meat has a lot of chemicals that come into your body because of the antibiotics that the cows are given. So when you're taking our meat, you are consuming a lot of antibiotics. Then meat stays in your body for too long and starts putrefying. And you find that most of that stuff goes back to affect you negatively. In fact, Dr. Fatma shared with us and told us you should eat meat only 3 times a week. I know for some men, that is shocking. I used to be one of those guys who would walk in, and if there was no meat, I would tell my wife, so what do you mean? Mimi si sungura, why are you giving me cabbages and all that? But after getting into the knowledge that I was given by Neolife, then I realized that I needed to change my attitude and start eating correctly. And that is when I now realized that I have to actually eat the right way, reduce the amount of meat. So in my home, we eat meat less than 3 times, maybe once a week or thereabouts. And we've replaced meat with grains, the proteins, the plant protein, which is actually very, very healthy. So this is important for men. Your diet plays a key role in ensuring that you remain healthy and in ensuring that you don't develop prostate problems, prostate cancer, and this kind of thing. Then minimizing things like alcohol, smoking. These are some of the things that will actually make you get into health problems, which will actually, which can take you to cancer and the like. Now, what is the Neolife solution? What is the Neolife solution? What do you need to do to protect yourself from getting this disease? And if you already have it, how can you manage it? And the answer is right there. First thing is weight management. If you're obese, then you're a candidate for that. In fact, my sister, who happens to be a nurse, shared with me some very important information. He told me the size of your belly, the size of your stomach, determines how close you are to prostate problems. If your belly is bigger than normal, it's protruding, then you're running a risk, a very high risk of getting either swelling of the prostate or prostate cancer. And I made it my goal to ensure that my belly remains small. I know this is a challenge for men. We tend to develop a lot of weight around the midsection. And Dr. Fatma shared and told us that any weight that is above the belt, any weight that is above the belt going up is not good for you. But weight that is below the belt going downwards is okay. And that tells you that for us men who tend to develop love handles and protruding belly, we really need to ensure that we do some exercises, and that is what the physical activity is talking about. We eat right. More importantly, we eat right. We eat a lot of whole grains, a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of fish, because that is important and that is good for your body. In fact, out of your plate, 75% of your plate should be fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains. Yeah, protein should be less than 25% of your plate. Yeah, in fact, I remember one of the doctors who came to talk to us, and you were saying that the amount of meat you eat should be equivalent in size, in grammage to your kilos. For example, if you weigh 50 kilos, then it means that you should take 50 grams of meat in a day. That's like 2 or 3 pieces of meat. And that's it. So you find that that is not what happens. A man will sit down and eat a whole kilo of meat by himself. Yeah. And he's okay. He's excited. He has eaten a balanced diet, and then he'll eat an ugali that, if you were to sit with him, you would not see him on the other side of the ugali that he has eaten, and he feels, and then he downs it with a bottle of beer. So you see, the diet itself is not right, and that is why men end up in a lot of problems as far as health is concerned, and not only just prostate health, things like high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, gout, really tend to plague men a lot. Now, recently we got a challenge with COVID-19. And what we found is that men are more affected by COVID-19 than women. And men have lost their lives more than women. Why? Basically, one of the key things people have talked about is hygiene. Men are averse to washing their hands. They don't like washing their hands. I saw cases where men were fighting with watchmen. They don't know to wash their hands when they're entering places, because I mean, men don't like water. And then the other challenge is diet. We don't eat well. We don't eat the fruits and vegetables. And COVID, if you're eating a lot of meat, a lot of eggs and all that, COVID can wipe you out very fast. But if you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of fish, then your body immunity is high. COVID will not affect you much. So let's look at the Neolife solutions. What should you be using that can actually help you to prevent you from getting prostate problem, prostate swelling of the prostate, prostate cancer, and the like? What should you be using? One of the key products that is very, very important for you is called the Pro Vitality Plus. Pro Vitality has about 4 products. Remember, these products, you can get them in a pack. Pro Vitality pack. There's Trianen. Trianen enables your cells to function properly so that you can be more energetic. You're less fatigued. It helps the cells of your body to absorb the nutrients from the diet that you're taking. And Trianen enables the cells to be fed properly. So anything else that you're taking, if you're taking it with Trianen, then it will be better utilized by your body. Carotenoid complex is an immunity booster. If you take a carotenoid complex, it boosts your immunity by 37% above normal. Usually we have an immunity of about 60%. So when you add 37%, it comes to 97%. So you find that you are less likely to develop problems because your immunity is high. When your immunity is high, especially when you're taking carotenoid holds cancer cells in your body and prevents them from spreading. So you can outlive the cancer. You can live a longer, healthier life. Omega-3 salmon oil. Omega-3, I mentioned earlier, lubricates the prostate. It ensures that you have enough sperms in your body. So if somebody is struggling to get children because of a low sperm count or lack of sperms, then they need omega-3 salmon. It will actually help them to boost their sperm count, as well as lubricating the prostate. The other product is the essential vitamins and mineral complex. Now, this essential vitamins and mineral complex has many, many minerals in it, but one of the ones that I want to mention in it is called zinc. Zinc, you can get it in multi, or you can buy zinc by itself. Zinc is very important for strengthening your sperm so that you can be able to fertilize the eggs. And zinc is also important as far as prostate health is concerned. Remember what I shared earlier. When my dad was diagnosed with a swollen prostate, it was written by the doctor, long-term deficiency of zinc. Yeah. We don't have a lot of sources of zinc in our diet, especially if you're not eating the green leafy vegetables. And I know men are very averse to eating greens. They tend to eat more of meat and that kind of stuff. So when you take your multi or you take your zinc, then you're able to ensure that your prostate is well fed. It has the right nutrients. Zinc and omega-3 combined does a very good job for your prostate. So Pro Vitality is a fantastic product that will start you off in your journey to get a healthy prostate. Now, remember, you can still buy these products individually. You can buy threonine by itself. You can buy carotenoid by itself. You can buy omega-3 by itself, and you can buy multi by itself. Or you can decide to buy the pack as a whole, yeah? Now, you take one sachet daily, and that is good enough after a meal. And this just explains the key benefits. It's an antioxidant, protects you from cancer, good for healthy brain, youthful skin, healthy heart, prevents you from getting pressure. We are talking about the Pro Vitality Plus here. Lifelong cellular health, boosts your immunity, and gives you clear vision. Yeah. Now, and that's a Pro Vitality Plus. The next product that is highly recommended is called Aloe Vera Plus. Now, Aloe Vera Plus has so many benefits in the body. One of the things about aloe vera is that wherever it touches, it heals. From your mouth, your throat, your stomach, it heals. Things like indigestion, ulcers. One of the challenges that happens when you're with cancer is that if your gut, if your stomach is not functioning properly, if you're always getting flatulence, if you're always getting gas in your stomach, if you go to the toilet once a week, then you know you're in trouble. You are running a risk of getting cancer because the waste needs to come out. And if it doesn't come out, the waste starts leaching back to your bloodstream. And that is where problems start. And many cancers originate from the gut. And that's where Aloe Vera Plus comes in, because Aloe Vera Plus will help to flush out the waste from your gut, and it will actually help your system to move. Remember, wherever it touches, it heals. So even for those guys who have a problem, maybe if they say hi to you, you can sit next to somebody in a matatu and he says hi, and you say, hey, Shukisha, because this guy, the mouth is smelling. It's called halitosis. It's a condition. It's a fungal thing that happens in your mouth. When you take Aloe Vera Plus, you slosh it around the mouth. It clears that fungal infection in your mouth, and your breath is fresh. It's good for hangovers. For those who, I know men like taking that or drink along the way. So Aloe Vera Plus will sort you out. It's good for your internal organs, your liver, your kidney, and all that. It has chamomile, it calms and relaxes you. And another good thing about it is that it helps you to deal with stress. Men face a lot of pressure, and pressure can be one of the reasons why you get cancer. In fact, when you're in a constant state of pressure, a very high pressure, a job that pressures you too much, you get home, there's the pressures of being the father of the house, the provider of the house, the bills and all these things. All these pressures accumulated can actually make you get cancer. But when you take Aloe Vera Plus, it helps you to deal with pressure. You are able to sleep very nicely. It's good for your psychological, it gives a lot of psychological benefits. So it's a product that I highly recommend for any man or woman on this call. It's not just for men, but the products that I'm sharing are for both men and women. So it's not that Pro Vitality is only for men, also women take it. Aloe Vera Plus is for both men and women, yeah, but the women will also experience the benefits that I'm talking about. Usage 50 to 100 ml per day. Now, this particular product, Masculine Herbal, is the only product that is dedicated to men only. Yeah. Women have their own, it's called Feminine Herbal. Yeah. And the benefits of Masculine Herbal, it supports masculine vitality, healthy prostate function. This product actually directly helps your prostate to function properly. It improves your vitality and your libido. It helps you to function as a man. It helps to boost your libido. Many people have gone to getting Viagra and other things, other stimulants, which are not good in the long run and which affect your heart. And many people have lost their lives by overexerting the heart because of getting other funny stimulants. But Masculine Herbal is safe, it's natural, it's a herb that actually ensures that your prostate functions the way God intended it to function. And there you have many herbs, soap palmetto, which supports prostate and urinary tract health, and other herbs right there. Now, another key product is called vitamin E. Vitamin E is good for overall fertility of the reproductive system for both men and women. It has the 8 members of the E family, and it promotes lung, colon, and immune function. And it also supports the brain and the prostate. Yeah. It has all the 8 forms of vitamin E for broad spectrum. It has 4 tocopherols and 4 tocotrienols. But anyway, those are just details if you want to get into nutrition. It is whole food and soybean based, and it provides natural vitamin E. 1 capsule daily or 2 capsules will do the trick. I can tell you, I use this product for my wife when she was expectant. And what we found is that she never labored for more than an hour. In fact, my last 2 kids were born within 30 minutes of labor. And she healed, her body went back to normal. Most ladies after giving birth, they complain of sagging body and all these things. If you undergo a CS, you take so long before you heal. But when you take vitamin E, you heal without leaving a scar. One of my directors underwent a cesarean section, and she was using vitamin E. In fact, she healed so well that when she went for the second birth, the doctor said, why it's not for the fact that I did the CS myself, I would never have said that you operated on, because even the scar was gone and her body went back to normal. Most ladies have a challenge with healing after getting a child, after a CS has been done on them when they're getting children. But when you're on vitamin E, you find that you heal very well. And then it's very good for your skin. Your skin looks radiant. So that's a benefit right there. Another product is Cruciferous Plus. Cruciferous vegetables are important. The broccolis, the ones which have a cross. Loosely, we normally say they crucify cancer. They prevent you from getting cancer. We are talking about kale, black and brown mustard, watercress, and the like. The vegetables where you cut and you see a cross, we call them cruciferous vegetables. Now, these ones actually help to maintain optimal hormonal activity. For your prostate to swell, it's usually because of hormonal imbalance mainly. And that is what later progresses to cancer. Hormonal imbalance will be caused by the food that you're taking, the stimulants that you're getting in, the chemicals that you're getting in, the car fumes that you're inhaling, and the broiler chicken that you're taking, the GMO cows that you're eating. These things contribute in messing up your hormones. And cruciferous vegetables and cruciferous plus helps you to ensure that your hormones are balanced, and it prevents the cancer from developing on the receptor site. The receptor site can be your prostate, it can be your cervix, it can be your breast, it can be your lymph nodes. Those are some of the receptor sites. But cruciferous plus, when you get the cruciferous plus, it helps to saturate that area so that cancer does not settle there. The cancerous cells do not settle there. So that's a fantastic product. Another product is called wheat germ oil. This is also a form of vitamin E. It's actually, you can either use this or use the other vitamin E. The choice is yours. And each of them will give you the benefits of vitamin E. Now, another product that I want to mention here is called Coq10. Coq10 helps to really ensure that your body is functioning properly, that your organs are functioning properly, your kidney, your liver, your prostate, your heart, your mind. It's a product that does wonders for your body. It gives you a lot of energy and helps you to deal with fatigue. So these are the products of Neolife. And this is a solution that you're talking about. And we are saying that, I know we are eating our diet and you're eating the food that we are eating, but supplement your diet with these products so that you can protect yourself and prevent yourself from getting prostate problems and prostate cancer. And from what you have seen from many people's stories, from my own personal story with my dad, and many other people that have been able to help who have gotten prostate problems, these products actually work. And they will prevent you from getting prostate. And if, God forbid, you have already gotten the challenge, when you use these products, they're actually able to reverse that process and you're able to live a healthy life. Now, remember, Neolife is a business, and it's not just about health. I came in because of money. I started off by saying I came in because of money. It's a business that one can do on a part-time basis. And when I finish, for the guests who are here, you'll have a choice. Either you can become a businessman with Neolife, or you can become a customer. Whichever you decide will be good enough. Now, to just conclude our session for today, I want to invite a gentleman. This is a gentleman that I truly, truly respect. He's a man whom I saw coming into the business. I was able to mentor him a little bit when he came into the business. And he's a very, very successful Neolife director. He's a world team member. He's a Ruby director. A man who's making very serious money from Neolife. And he's going to come and briefly share with him. He's also a man like me, and he has used these products. He will tell us which ones he has used and how they have worked for him, and whether he has shared the same information with other people. So without further ado, I want to welcome our Ruby director, Isaac Ndungu. Isaac, are you there?
Yes, I am here. I hope you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear. Go for it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I am really excited over the presentation. Thank you for the deep information about taking care of ourselves, yet in a simple way. And I'm really grateful for that. And I'm very sure even the people that have been listening have also actually greatly benefited. Thank you very much, my friend Gishuki. You are one of the people that have actually gone over 20 years now, should be counting plus 20 plus in this business. I am relatively younger in the business. And my name is Isaac Ndungu. By profession, I'm a high school teacher. Just like each one of you, a time came and I went to school. And when I went to school, I was told by my parents to work very hard. In fact, I was told if I worked very hard, I would get very good grades. And on top of the grades, I would get a very good job. And I believed my parents. I believed them kabisa, and we together with my teachers. And I finally found myself at Moi University, main campus, that is in Eldoret. And I took Bachelor of Education and I started teaching. I was posted by TSC to teach in Chogoria. Chogoria is in Meru. And as I taught there, I actually married when I was still in Chogoria. I am married to Purity Wamuyu. And then I got a chance to transfer to a girls' school called Rocho Girls. Rocho Girls is in Kandara, Meru. Not Meru, but Muranga. And as I came there, I continued with the teaching, but there was something that was not adding up. That was my salary from the TSC and my dreams. By the way, the TSC pays well. It pays quite well to the teachers, but my dreams were not matching. I found that by 5th, by 6th, having been paid on that year, I had nothing in my hands. And I had now to start waiting for the next month. Now you can imagine what would happen in between there, you know? And things were not really working well. And for me, I am a dreamer. And I have never liked small life. You know, I echo what Nelson Mandela said, that there is really no glory in living small. So my mind was always telling me there could be something bigger than what I was actually doing. But then I hadn't seen it. But then a friend actually shared this business opportunity that I could do this business alongside the teaching. And that really touched me. To get to know that I could do the business as a business now, and on top of that, I could actually continue with my teaching. And I started off, but I still remember the initial days. You see, I am a learned man, having gone to the university, having gone back for masters, and you see, the business concept looked very simple, and it didn't look like it really held water because there were not many formulas. You know, half base times height. The Schrodinger equation was not involved. You know, those tough terminologies, those things that terrify you and tell you that we are really now in serious business. But this business concept, the business is actually easy to understand. The concept is so easy. So kind of I found it hard to tell my learned friends that there is a concept of a business like this, like the other. Because there was nothing hard. You did not.
Sorry, Ndungu, we seem to have lost you. I think Ndungu is having a bit of a challenge with connection problems. Let's just see whether we can raise him again. Isaac, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what exactly happened.
No problem. Please go ahead.
I hope you can hear me now.
I can hear you very well.
Sorry for that. So sorry for that. And so I was saying, there was really nothing really hard in this business, and it really looked simple, so simple business to do. But I started it. So that was one of the challenges I had. And then the other challenge was I had been taught to wait for my salary. I had been taught and trained to teach English and literature, and that at the end of the month, I would receive my salary. Now, this is something now different.
Isaac, you're frozen again. I think
even now?
Now you're good.
I don't know what's the problem. Okay, I hope I will be able to. Okay, but kindly keep on giving me feedback so that I don't talk to myself so much.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was saying that I didn't get the concept of the simplicity of the business. The business is not easy to do, but it is simple. It has a simple structure to understand. Then number two, my mindset of the earning. I had to relearn, to unlearn some concepts. What I had been told was actually not now working here. And what had I been told? To wait for money at the end of the month. And to teach, I was teaching English and literature, the adjectives, the river and the source, the Caucasian chalk circle, whoever was betrayed in the city along the home stretch. You know, I could explain those concepts very nicely. I knew how to, and I even now know how to explain the plot of a story up to the end. And I'll analyze the themes and the thematic threads, you know, everything. And then at the end of the month, I would get my salary. Now, this one was different. I am told to explain what men would, for example, need for their health. You know, those are two words altogether. Two words altogether. allow me to say this one before I forget, because there's a man, one time I was doing a presentation and I mentioned the products that Fred has mentioned to us this evening. And that guy told me, I want to try those products of yours. Then I gave him the whole program. And then after, he's actually a reverend, he's a preacher. And then after like, I met him after like 3 weeks. Then he called me Kando aside. And you could see the sparkle in his eyes. And he told me, this thing works. Even in the house, I was being asked what has happened. You know, it was so exciting. I still remember the eyes of this guy. You know, he was happy. He looked elated. He looked like, I want that. That is what I have been waiting for. And I believe it is a wonderful one. Now, allow me to also give the other example of, I taught a student, apparently I've been teaching in girls' schools. So one of the students got married, and then we talked. She was in a Christian union, and I was their patron. So we talked with her after like 3-4 years down the line. So I asked her, how are you? Tukaongea kidogo. And then she told me, and nikabauliza, sasa, how are the mathematics? You know how we start asking, questions. How are the mathematics? She told me, well, 1 + 1 has been 1, but has no other added. You understand? There is no other one. So we started talking. Then I asked her, we were close with the now, of course, now already a wife to someone. But now that I had taught her, and I wanted to know exactly what was also happening. So I asked her, shida iko wapi? Then she told me, I guess I am okay, but I think Mzee has an issue. So of course, immediately now I started telling her the products she could use. Then she told me, let me get a formula of approaching this, because I'm very sure Mzee would be very uneasy to hear that of such a thing, especially coming from me. So, and we agreed. So I gave her the list of the products she could use, the Mzee would use. And then for her now, I sent her the product. Now, 3 or so months down the line, she sends me a text and tells me things are now positive and they are working well. Do you know, I was so happy about that when they got the baby, now, of course, now the man was now already at ease now. When they got a baby, I actually visited them. And you can be sure now I was, a happy grandfather for that matter. Now that I had taught this one, I always used to tell them that if I teach you, I am your father. So, I was really elated. I was really happy about that. So when I started this business, those were that was by the way. The issue was, number one, a business that is being taught to me when I am that old, so to say, at that age. Now the other one, the whole concept. I am no longer teaching adjectives. I am no longer explaining the difference between the pronouns and nouns. And now I'm explaining how TNN will open up your cells, how omega-3 will lubricate your joints. That one was also an issue. And then the other issue that really challenged me, the business part, was, of course, my friends in the staff room. Because now, to break this news to them that I am doing this didn't look dignified. It didn't look like it was, if I was inviting them for a plot, ama biashara ingine kubwa, so to say, it would have probably held water. But now I'm telling them of a business that can also be done by a fellow who does not know what is the color of a degree. And that was also another battle within me. And I realized later on in the business, I've been here now for the last 8 years. I realized later in the business, if you get into this business and you do not tell your equals exactly what you are doing, your chances of survival are very slim. The best thing is you get into the business, let everybody get to know. So long as they are within your network, I mean, where you are, let them get to know what you are doing. It helps. So I did that. But I will still remember the laughter. I will still remember the ridicule in the staff room.
You know, as I talked with these teachers, a number of them, and I remember one of them took my bag. One of you know the New Life bag. You know, earlier on it had even a different logo. And they took my bag in the staff room, raised it up. Alafu akasema, I have never seen anybody succeed in this business. Now that was not an encouragement. And so I felt like, is it really going to work? And my colleagues are really against it. But the beauty of it is something, training. I can see I have 2 minutes, but allow me to mention something on training. I was told to continue with the training. When I went for training, I was told, when I explain this business to different people, some will run away and some will embrace it. And some will even laugh at me. So I got to know, Nikosawa, I am within the Nikosawa. I have just been laughed at. So let me try again. So I continue talking to different people. And I would talk to this one would refuse, this one would accept, and then only stay for a week and then leave. Another one would come. But I'm so happy this evening. I have friends that I invited into the business 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and they are on this call. And I really want to salute them. Some people that have been in this business, I invited them, I gave them this, and we created a relationship, because our business is a relationship business. We have been with them throughout, you know, with all the challenges, with all the success, and I am so excited about that. In fact, some of them came into the business and they have perfected it even better than the person who invited them. And you see, I really feel happy about that I can show somebody a concept and perfect it even better than me. That is a plus. And I'm so excited. So it went on, and you know, this business promised me health. I have enjoyed that. I have used the product that Fred has mentioned, the masculine herbal. It really lifts you up. It even helps your mood. Apparently, some people think that men can never be moody. They can, and especially when they are tired. Masculine herbal is a wonderful product. And of course, there is the zinc now, even for the vitality and the strength. So I have enjoyed that. I have enjoyed the health. I have also enjoyed the money. To be sincere with you, when I consider by the 3rd month, already my gross with the TSC had already been surpassed. So I already knew there is a different way of earning. For the last 7 years, I have never received a TSC salary, and here I am. And you know, I had been programmed that I had to get a salary, a pay slip by the end of the month to survive. But for the last 7 years, the TSC have never actually did any paying. So, I'm really excited. The business has given me the money for sustenance, and even beyond that, even for investment. And on top of that, I've been able to travel through this business. I should tell you this as I sign off, that before this business, I had never seen the inside of an aeroplane. Sikuwa nimeona ndege ndani. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I had taught schools, very, you know, quite powerful schools, where some of the students, as we even talk today, they are employed by airlines. Yani wanafanya kazi kwa ndege. The danger was this, you know, the teacher who taught them and explained to them the difference between air hostess and aircraft attendant. The teacher who taught them had never seen the inside of an aeroplane. Lakini wale watoto nimefunza wameona ndege ndani. And it is not something to clap hands for, especially for a dreamer. You know, there are some people that are okay with small lives. I am not one of them. So, and for me, I was never comfortable that I had never seen the world from up there. I didn't wanted to look forward to that. So this company has taken me to places. Our very first flight was to Sun City in South Africa. And I still remember that city. You know, I still remember that hotel. It is kind of built in a forest, in a place of its own. There are no other big buildings around it. And you know, and I really enjoyed there. I've been to Mauritius. Mauritius has it's very friendly. The weather is almost that one of when you are getting nearer to Mombasa. I mean, it's very warm and very friendly, and the community also is also very friendly. I think Mauritius and Cape Town, while some of the cities, some of the places I have visited that are really striking. In fact, I always say those are areas I would want to visit, even not necessarily with a company, but even on my own and with my family. That's our places, you know, Cape Town, Mauritius, they were such, you know, touching. They really, you know, I really liked them. And of course, now I'm preparing for Europe. Fred, ukiona Fred ameweka picha ananiambia mwalimu sasa lesson imeisha. Lakini hebu niwaambie, I'm preparing for Europe. That is in Czech Republic. And I'm looking forward to that. So basically the business really changed my life. I was a very small-minded person, and I was only concerned about what was in the classroom, in the staff room, and with the TSC. As simple as that. Now my life has actually grown a bit bigger, and I can see things getting better and better. And because my lesson has ended, I wonder whether the 40 minutes were over. You know, a good lesson should last for 40 minutes. But I agree with Fred that I may not go for 40 minutes this evening. Thank you, Fred, for the chance. And thank you very much even for being the trailblazers in Kenya, amongst the people that actually started this business and doing it so powerfully. Asante sana, Fred. God bless you.
Wow. Isaac, thank you so much. I can feel the fire. I can feel the fire burning inside you. And there you have it, guys. You can see the energy that this young man has. He's actually a very young man. You can see amekataa kuzeeka. And siri ya urembo ni kutumia bidhaa. As you have heard, he has used masculine herbal, he has used zinc, omega-3, and all these things. And the products work. And because of that, he has gotten energy to build a business. You see, some people may say on the call that, I'd like to do this business, but I'm always tired. Now, if you use the products, you'll have the energy to do the business. You'll actually get the energy from the products. You'll have a longer day. You won't do your up to 5, and then you're so tired that you cannot do anything else. And when you get home in the evening, you'll still do your manly duties because the energy will still be there with you. So lack of time, lack of energy, fatigue is not an excuse for the men on the call and even the women on the call. The products work. So finally, guys, you have it there. There is not much I can add on what Isaac has said. You have two options. Either you can buy the products from the person who invited you, but the best option is for you to join and become a distributor, because when you become a distributor, you buy the products at wholesale, you're able to build a business. And next year, when you're going to Prague, we'll be in Prague with Bona Isaac. We'll be together with you in the plane, and we'll be sharing, and you'll be saying that Sunday that Isaac came and spoke so powerfully is the day I made a decision, and that is why I'm in this plane going to Prague. So otherwise, it was great talking to you guys. As usual, the recording of this will be available maybe later today or early tomorrow morning. Talk to your upline, to the person who invited you. You'll be able to access it. But like I said, don't keep this information to yourself. Share this information far and wide. Tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your cousin, tell your aunt. You can see Isaac shared with his student, and it so happened that the student was trying to get a baby and they could not get a baby. And because of that, there's a child somewhere who would not be there were it not for Isaac sharing this information. I can tell you on my side as well, I have many couples who have used the products and they have gotten kids. And if we didn't share, then those kids will not be on this planet. And probably that kid that Isaac was able to help might become the Obama of tomorrow, or somebody else, somebody great in society who is going to change the course of mankind. So otherwise, guys, join us on this journey to make the world a healthier and happier place. And I tell you one thing, even God himself will bless you for doing the kind of work that Neolife is able to allow us to do. Because when you make a positive difference in the people's lives, God is bound to bless you. So thank you so much, guys. Have a restful evening. See you on Sunday when we'll be having another exciting topic. And join us and let's march on this cause. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you, Ndungu.
Thank you very much.
That was very good, very good.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Okay.